Hello and welcome to another Energy Hat tips, tricks, and tools on how to cut your energy bills. If you feel that you're having too high energy bills in the winter or summer, trying to keep your house warm in the winter and cool in the summer, there are usually two suspects that are the biggest cause of that, besides your energy company. The first is that there's not enough insulation where you need it. The second reason is that your house is leaking too much of that warm air to the outside, and then cold air from the outside is coming in to replace it. Today we're going to talk about the Black & Decker thermal leak detector. It helps find and reveal those places where you don't have enough adequate insulation or none at all, and where your house is leaking air. The biggest problem is that we can't see this with our eyes. Sometimes on a really windy and cold day, if we're next to a window or a door, we might feel a little bit of a draft. But other than that, we can't tell when and where our house is leaking this air. So this tool, it is very easy to use. You have a button that when you point it at a wall or something that should be normally heated, it'll come on, it'll read the temperature, and whatever you first point it at and turn it on at, that'll be your reference. Then you have these three temperature gauges here to help you gauge how hot or cold it is compared to that reference. It could be 1 degree off, 5 degrees, or 10. We have ours set to 5 degrees. So here the wall is 66.5. The indoor air temperature is about 70. The outside temperature right now is about 40 degrees. So we're going to go and test this door, and the green light is there, and as long as it's green, it's within that 5 degrees of what we referenced it at. And so there it changed to blue, and so we know that we have a little bit of an air leak there. It's gone down to 61 degrees, and that is enough to tell us that there's a big difference there. If we keep going down, it goes back and forth a little bit, and so that tells me that I don't have a very good air seal on this door, and I need to probably get some better weather stripping in place to help keep that air from coming in or out. So there are a lot of different places where you can use this. You can use it on doors, on windows, around the cracks. You can also use it on walls. A lot of times you don't know if there's any insulation behind your wall, and so you can go to an area in the room where you know it's well insulated, such as an indoor wall, push it on this, get the reference there, and then take it to an outside wall and see how much that temperature drops. You can go from top to bottom, and that will, if there's not adequate insulation there, that will help you see where you need to put in more insulation. Overall, I find this a very effective tool. It is not very much, and it helps me to visually see what I can't see with the naked eye, so I know where my problems are and I can go and address those. The biggest help that this was to us is we previously didn't have any insulation in our attic hatch cover, and so I went and I measured the ceiling where it was insulated, and that was about 65 degrees, and then when I measured the attic hatch, it dropped to 43 degrees. That told me that all this hot air that we were taking in our home and heating up our home with, it was going up and out the attic hatch. So we got an insulated attic hatch cover, and now when I measure it, it is the exact same temperature. We aren't losing all of our heat going up through the top. Well, that's it for another tips, tricks, and tools that will help you reduce your energy bill.